The cold and rainy weather to celebrate Armed Forces Day at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. They were there to witness a once-in-a-lifetime parade by more than 4,000 national servicemen and women. Not even the rain could put a damper on the pomp and ceremony. A heavily armed SANDF force, along with the SAPS, was on high alert to ensure that the event went smoothly. It coincides with the commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the SS Mendi. More than 600 African soldiers died when the ship was hit in the English Channel and sank during the First World War in 1917. President Jacob Zuma, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Force, delivered the keynote address. He said those who died on the SS Mendi had joined the war believing that their contribution would lead to better treatment back home. He paid tribute to them and to the members of the SANDF.
Every single member of the Defence Force is an integral part of our nation. As a nation, we salute you all. We also salute the men who lost their lives when the SS Mendi sank. May we continue drawing inspiration from their selfless commitment and sacrifice.
Well, earlier our reporter Blaine Herman spoke to MK Malafane from the Custodian Mendi Legacy, and this is what he had to say.
What actually happened, which is recorded by eyewitness accounts and even in a commission of inquiry that was held after the sinking, which commission, by the way, was summarily stopped when damning evidence was coming out pointing to deliberate sabotage and not an accident. And then it was then decided to stop the inquiry because it would demoralize soldiers on the war front, and that it would be reopened after the war. It never happened 100 years later. What actually happened is that Mendi was not a troop ship, it was a cargo ship commissioned for war. It used to ply the English water, from England to West Africa, named after the Mendi tribe of Sierra Leone. It was then reconfigured to accommodate at the top a semblance of troop ship for main cargo. But what it actually was meant to do was to carry all of South Africa's gold reserves, because at the time, fearing that the Germans were soon to overrun South Africa through Namibia, Southwest Africa, then it was sent out for safekeeping, during the German occupation of South Africa. SS Mendi is the ship that carried South Africa's entire gold reserves. When SS Mendi arrived in England, around that morning of 4 a.m. or so, this is where the gold was offloaded in secrecy. And I believe what then happened is that one of the young, brave, adventurous African soldiers happened upon this offloading, witnessed it, and then everybody panicked. They could have tried to chase him, but then obviously he was able to go back and inform the rest of his men of what he had just witnessed. And then a decision, I believe, was taken that Mendi should not reach his destination. So when Mendi left the Isle of Wight on St. Catherine's Point to make his last journey across the channel to the seaport of Le Havre in France, its escort, SS Darrow, a much larger ship, eyewitness accounts tell us that it suddenly, for no apparent reason, slowed down until it disappeared in the fog. But Mendi continued on its slow journey in very calm waters. The English Channel is very shallow. And then SS Darrow took a right turn, proceeded, and then when it was parallel with Mendi, it turned on Mendi and at full throttle rammed Mendi at a point where it knew that it would sink, and then it disappeared.
Hang on, Mr. Malafane. The general view is that this was an accident. Are you saying something different? Are you saying this was a deliberate act?
Mendi was not an accident. It was a deliberate sabotage to make sure that the men who witnessed, the boy or two, I'm not sure, who witnessed the offloading of South Africa's gold reserves. By the way, there is no recording that the gold ever came back to South Africa. They decided that all those blacks must die. That was the reason. And that is why SS Daro did not stop after it dumped Mendi and it disappeared. Not only that, the number of boats that had been assigned Mendi equal to the complement of the men. Some of them, only 3 were left to make sure that mostly only the white officers were able to escape the sinking Mendi.
How can you verify this?
It is recorded in history by eyewitness accounts by the Commission of Inquiry that was started and then stopped summarily.